This video, I'll be showing you why offering more services doesn't equal more revenue and how to actually hit 10k a month as a PMU artist. Because right now I see way too many PMU artists investing in courses to offer more treatments on the false hope that more services will mean a greater income. But in this video, I'll be showing you exactly what you should be doing instead to get new clients consistently. Okay, so my name is Steph, and for the past 9 months now, I've been helping PMU artists more than double their client bases using the exact same system that I'm about to show you. So with that being said, let's just get straight into the video. Okay, so here's a false belief that, I hear a lot, like on the hundreds of calls that I have with PMU artists, and that's, if I offer more PMU services, then I'll get more bookings. And I guess it seems like logical on paper, but what actually happens? So, I guess there's sort of like three consequences of it. So the first order consequence is that you do get temporary increase in clients, from content models or from like friends and family finding out that you are offering like eyeliner now or lip blush now and they're interested, so they go to you. So I guess the first order consequence is like a positive one, but then you get to the second order consequence, and then the client numbers slow down again because the root cause hasn't been fixed. I'll get onto that in a sec. And so now your client numbers are only really minimally higher than what they were before you offered that treatment. So I guess the final order consequence here is that you're not even profitable on the $3,000, $5,000 you spent on the course, and your income is still far lower than where you'd want it to be. And then another thing I hear is, if I offer more low ticket services, like because some PMU artists think that it's the economy is at the issue right now, so people aren't investing in luxury services. So if I offer lower ticket services like brow lamination, facials, stuff like that, then I can upsell them and get more bookings or just get more bookings in general. But what really happens when you do that as well is, so you do get that temporary increase, like I said before, from bookings from friends and family, etc. But then second order consequence is that you find yourself working way more hours for way less money because, brow lamination, that's going to be like $20, $30 max. And same with facials, they're not much higher. So the third order consequence to that is that, your low ticket clients, they rarely upsell to your high ticket PMU services. And so now you're literally stuck grinding all day, to get these low ticket bookings in, and then you're earning like an employee instead of a business owner. So whether you do offer, more PMU services or other cheaper beauty treatments, the bottom line is that, it won't get you to 10k months and beyond that you're aiming for. So it's like fixing a patchy or like a leaky roof basically with duct tape. So you haven't fixed the core problem and you just put a temporary band-aid on it, which is in a couple of weeks it's only gonna come off again. So what is the core problem? So I'll be showing you right now. So the actual problem is kind of comes down to two things. So firstly, it's not really your fault because you're meant to be the PMU artist, not like a marketer who knows all of these things. But it does come down to these two things. And the first one is relying on word of mouth to get clients. So right now, the situation is that your clients may have decreased, this compared to maybe last year or a couple of months ago, not because of the economy, not because of, you need to offer more treatments. It's just because word of mouth eventually dries up. So if word of mouth is the main way that you are getting clients or like referrals, just like your clients organically bringing you more clients, then eventually that's going to dry up because it's like fishing from one single pond. So if there's 1,000 fish in there, eventually you're going to fish them all out and there's going to be none left in there. And the second problem is relying on social media to get clients. So just posting on social media, and that's what everybody tells you to do. All the mentors are just telling you to push content out on social media. But the problem is that the algorithm is constantly changing. And so you're left with unpredictability. Even if you're staying consistent with your posting and you're hopping on all the trends and using all the right sounds, all that stuff, eventually the algorithm is just going to change temporarily. And the posts that gained traction before, they're not going to gain traction anymore. So you won't be able to have that reliable way of getting clients, and that might be what you're dealing with right now. So the solution now, on the flip side, is to have a system that brings in new PMU clients consistently and predictably. So for the high ticket services, so basically permanent makeup, which is like, I'd say about $500 plus that you already offer. So because when you do have a system, then you don't need to offer more treatments. When you know how many clients for permanent makeup you're going to get every single month, you don't need to offer more treatments because you're going to get enough for even just permanent makeup brows, for example. So you'd already be booked out with what you have already. it's basically like having a money printer. Once you have a system, you know that you can just put in like $1 and get 10 out at scale. So especially in 2025 going into 2026 in about 5 months time, what you absolutely need to do to have that system is run paid ads. So you might have tried paid ads before, and maybe you've been like scammed or wasted all your money with some agency or doing it yourself. But the benefit of paid ads is that they allow you to pay Google or Facebook, to guarantee that your services are shown to potential clients. So as long as the ad works, then paid ads will literally be able to print money for you consistently, literally. So the problem is that in the past, if you did run paid ads, that it's not the reach that was a problem because you pay Google and Facebook to actually, show that ad to people. So it was just the ad that was a problem. So the strategy behind the ad, that might not have been effective. But once again, that's not your fault because it was probably the agency's fault that you ran them with. So just by the way here, on average, Google ads and Facebook ads generate a 223% ROI. So basically they do work. So what that means is on average, someone puts in $1 in their paid ads campaign and they get $2.3 out. So just on average, they do work. So in terms of which paid ads to run, I recommend running Google ads. And that's just because, especially for permanent makeup, with Facebook ads, you're putting your service, which is literally a tattoo on their face. It's quite a considered purchase. It's a big deal, and you're just putting it in front of people who aren't looking for it. They're just doom scrolling really, and so they're just browsing. They're not in buying mode. So, especially for something like a permanent tattoo or semi-permanent tattoo, they're not really ready to buy, and it's really just not suitable for Facebook ads. That's what I would say. And then whereas with Google ads, basically if you're not quite familiar with how they actually work, so Google ads allow you to come up first when someone's actually searching for your service. So like microblading Miami, for example, you'd come up first if that's what you are. And then basically what you get with that is high conversion rates. So, from people actually searching that to people actually booking with you is a lot higher than you running a Facebook ad. And then the leads that you get, so the inquiries that you get, they're a lot easier to turn into clients just because they're literally searching for what you offer and they found you first, and all you really need to do is just schedule a day for a consultation. Whereas with Facebook ads, you're probably going to have to tell them a bit about what permanent makeup is, answer their questions. It's going to get repetitive like that. So yeah, that's why I recommend Google ads. And if you have like heard what I said and you understand that you do need to run paid ads and you do want to run Google ads, you can check out my video in the description below. It's free, just a training step by step from like the first setting up the account on Google to getting your first booking, and that's all in the description below, so you can watch that free. But so yeah, if you're considering adding new treatments just because you've seen that drop in bookings or you're having inconsistent months, then I really recommend investing into Google ads because they'll instead ensure that you'll know exactly how many clients you get each month, and you can easily scale up your ad budget just with really like a couple of clicks, and that way you can just get more and more clients each month and just scale beyond 10K a month to really whatever you want. So yeah, that's it for today. I hope you found that valuable. If you did, subscribe. I'll be dropping more videos like these, and if you do want to run Google ads, then yeah, just click the video below and you can check that out. But yeah, other than that, hope you have a great day. Bye bye.